What's up, everybody? It's TapStep again. I know I haven't posted a video for a while. I just want to share my experience, or kind of my experience at the Magic 30. I did go there this past weekend. It's been about 7 days now since I came back. Um, I have been buying cards. I haven't been posting like my weekly pickups, but just want to post some stuff that I actually got from there and my experience over there at the Magic 30. Um, Pretty much, I had a set budget going in the Magic 30 and how much I want to spend in cards. One of the main cards that I actually did want to get was is this Wheel of Fortune. I ended up finding one for $200. It is very heavily played. Possibly I might have overspent. You can tell the back is very used. Let's see. Basically, I went to many booths. There's many vendors there. For moderate play, I saw for $250 around that for moderate play. But Star City Games had one in their heavy played section. I went there on a Sunday, and on the Sunday I think they had like 10% off, I believe. And it was priced at $250, which was based off some of the condition ones I saw. The other ones, they were $250 for some moderate played, which weren't too bad with the edging. Like you can tell the edging on top and whatnot, but $250, and then I think he has like 10% off, so it's been $25 off, so it's been $225. But the moment I asked to look for the card, I think it was pretty much the owner. He was all like, "I sell it for you for $200." I should have went to $180, but I felt that it was a good deal, so I ended up pulling the trigger. Another card that I really wanted was this Arcade Signet, which is basically the one that you got for buying the package. It's a foil etch. It's cool. Some people don't like the art on this one, but I don't mind it. I was going to put in my Zer deck, but I'm reserving that one for the Dan Frazier Arcane Signet. But I have not picked that up. I was looking for that. They did not have that. A couple other things I bought there were these lands. These are the Infinity Galaxy lands. As you can tell, the Galaxy foil lands. Picked up 2 of these. I believe I posted one of them on my Instagram. But ended up picking 2 of these up, replaced them, and put them in the Zer deck. Might have overspent on one of the lands. I believe one of the lands was $11. I believe it was the island. But I mean, I already spent this much money on it. I did not have a foil island, and I believe this is like the best one out right now. I think I had my the stained glass one earlier in the deck, but then I switched out for this one. I did buy a bunch of other cards. I am making a Sheoldred deck, so I did go there with the purpose of actually buying certain cards that I was looking for. First one was Jet Medallion. Trying to think, I can't remember all the places I spent money on because there was many vendors. This one was right next to the Whatnot booth, so I forgot, but I bought a bunch of their cards on. I think they were like, there in Star Cities were like the best price to me. I did go into other vendors, and then some of them were overpriced. I bought these 3 cards, which end up being Crypt Gas, Cabal Coffers, and Wound Reflection from a booth. It was the booth that had didn't have the physical cards on it. They had the pictures. That was the first booth I actually went to. They had these 3 cards because I was looking for basically for the cards for the Sheoldred deck. I felt like I overspent on this, just to be honest. And that was the first booth I went to. Then I said to myself, oh, maybe that people are upcharging. So I said, it's okay. And then I went to another booth, and then they were selling it less. And I was all like, oh, I won't go to that booth no more. So I ended up picking these up. A lot of these other cards were either from Star City or the other one. I can't remember the name. As a Dark Deal, I wrote Turgris, Nefelt, Phyrexian Tower, Temple Bell. I believe I found this in like a $1 box. Bubbly Moon, Cabal, Stronghold, World Dreams, Read the Bones, Psychosis Crawler. I also found that. This Meat Hook Massacre actually was not a buy from from Magic 30, it was, I actually had it out because I was gonna say I ended up picking it up. They ended up banning it in standard, I believe, and then so I ended up picking up. I believe it was its lowest point. It's now exotic. I bought it for, I believe, $40. I just want to throw that in there. I bought it, and then it started to creep up, and so it's creeping up back up again. So there's another card that I have in the deck. These cards are actually in my Shieldred deck, so I'm gonna put these away real quick. And then I bought a stack of cards, basically. The place had like $1 bin, $1, $2, $3 bin. So I'm not gonna go through all the cards. This is, I would say, most of the cards, I would say. Oh, and then right here. Right here. I ended up buying all these cards. Maybe it was Strike Zone. I don't think so. I forgot where I bought this Temporal Mastery. Let me see. As you can tell, if they're not sleeve, I bought it from the $1 bin. And then Samut actually found a $1 bin too. I can't remember, but a lot of these cards. Oh, these ones I pulled from the, I believe. These ones I pulled from my. Did I pull these from? I know I pulled this Hunting Djinn from a pack that they gave, and I just put them all together. But most of these I found $1 bin. Oh, these are the ones I pulled from the pack. Cage Sun, Defiler. Pulled this from the $1 bin. Got this Jin Contaxia. It is damaged. If you can't see, it's right here. You can probably see it right there. Not a bad price. It's playable, so you can't really tell when it's in the sleeve. I'm gonna pick up this Slaughter Pack. Zendigos, I actually picked up the foil version. This is not the foil. I just switched it out. So let me put this away real quick. And I'm getting another Phyrexian Tower. Got it for a good price. This is the Richard Garfield from Magic 30. It's funny, I ended up picking up this Wurmcoil Engine. It's funny, I didn't even look at the back. I died. They had a damage folder, and it was only $3. I said, oh, why is it only $3? It's when I didn't pull it out to see it. But like I said, you can't really tell. Once it's in the sleeve, the only problem is because I double sleeve all my cards. Do you feel it? Can you tell? You can feel it like right here, but once it's double sleeve. But like I said, I pulled a lot of these from the $1 bin. Move these into the side, and then I believe the yellow ones were $2 and the pinks were $3. Go over them real quick. End up finding these cards for basically it's a $5 card. Overpaid for that one, but I like the art. Mindslaver, Mindcrank, Wishclaw, Vessel, Dam, Reality Shift, Miscast, Leon Arbiter, Yoshida Morningstar. I gotta put a bunch of dress downs. They had these, how was it, Unstable? Yeah, Unstable Forests. They have some mountains. I don't know why I didn't pick it up. This is Mizzet, Champion of Lambert, Charming Prince. They had a bunch of these. I should have picked it up. It was a $2 bin. Should have picked up a bunch of them, but it's fine. Loris. They had the cannon manufacturer for $3. Tyrant. Jonathan Lock. Some of these, it's funny because look at this, Emil the Bless. When it first came out, it was like $50, and I actually bought it for $50. Got it in $3 bin. Labman was in there. This Orobraska's in there too. In the Phyrexian text. Felwar Stone, Persist, Erebos, Mints, another Falmar Stone, Arcanus, Corsair Rufus, Murderous Rider, Ashiok, Thalia, Glenhor Buccaneer. There's a couple red monsters, Poetic Rituals, Desperate Rituals. This Bergie, I actually didn't pull this from Dollar Bin, but I bought the Bergie. This actually is gonna go in a deck. Electro Dominance, Hermetic Prodigy. Some of these cards like this Nib Nizzit, these cards are going to decks. Kid Probe was in there. Balls Chicory, Naromero. There's a Cloak. Where's the biggest one I always like? I ended up buying this Temporal Manipulation for $25. Put it back over here because it's just the Cyan Draco. This is the one I was talking about. They had, I think, like 10 of these Cyan Dracos. I took one and I came back the next day and they were all gone. This was on like the rise. I think it's a $5, $6 card now. Could have doubled my money. It's funny, I spent my time on that booth for a while, like maybe an hour and a half, looking through all these cards. 2 days in a row. But I met some cool people while looking. I met a guy from Germany, and he bought a bunch of cards too, and he actually resells also. And then he was telling me that a lot of cards that he pulled were basically double the price. It was good for him, man. Like, I think I had a couple of cards that I had, and then I just gave it to him. I think it was like Sir the Enchanter, Foil Etch, that I think he picked up like 4 of them. I had one too, so I just gave it to him because he was gonna make money off of it. I didn't see too much of a profit on it, to be honest with you. I feel like if you're running Zer, you would want the Judge promo one instead of the Foil Etch one. It can be Lime, but you know, my preference would be the Judge promo one compared to the Foil Etch. It's the same art, but that would be my preference over it. About my experience at Magic 30, I only had the Sapphire Pass, and within the Sapphire Pass, it got you into play. I didn't play no tournaments or whatnot. I heard a lot of people who did play in the tournaments or wanted to play in tournaments, they forgot to pay, or it was something about paying and they couldn't really play in the tournament because they couldn't pay. They signed up for it, but then they were unable to pay. I remember this. One guy was telling me that I met. I played a couple of games outside. The only thing that sucks that since I had the Sapphire Pass, they had like a special section for Ruby and obviously Black Lotus Pass where you're able to play. I wanted to get more Commander games in, but I really couldn't. I had to shuttle myself back. I did not stay close to downtown. I stayed on the Strip. Ubers were super expensive. I felt like I overpaid on every Uber. They were surging, especially in the morning. It was like $30 Uber rides just to the convention center. It was not the convention center, but it was like the World Trade Market, I believe. But it just sucked that you couldn't really play inside. That table's outside. People were standing up. But, you know, it would have been cooler if they allow other people to play inside as well. Did meet a lot of people. I met a wrestler named Brody King. If you know Brody King, he's a big wrestler from AEW. He was at the Whatnot booth. He was really cool. Joe Johnson is always really cool. Black Nito. I was trying to get a game with him, but I think he left to eat with. He told me he left to eat with his fiance. Like, I saw him and then he said, "Oh, I'm about to go out. I'm about to come back." I ended up missing his message on Instagram. He came back around like 3, and I think he went inside to play. But I think he was inside like the Ruby area, so you couldn't really like, unless you had the Ruby Pass, that's when you're able to see him. But Olivia Gobert Hicks was really cool. Saw a couple other people were, some other YouTubers were standoffish. I'm not gonna say who it was. I get it. At the same time, you just want to play. At the same time, you're well known in this community that it kind of comes around the territory of people just coming up to you. But it was overall cool experience. I wish I was there for longer. I was only there for like short periods of time. Like the first day, which was Friday, I believe, I was there. Maybe I arrived in Vegas pretty late. I went to go eat first, and then I ended up going to the convention. But I had like dinner reservations, so I had to come right back. So I spent like maybe 3 hours there the first day. Spent like 6-7 hours there the second day, and then I think I spent like 2 hours the very last day. I should have spent a little bit longer than the last day. My wife got sick during the first day, so it allowed me a little bit more time, but I felt pretty bad, so I just went to go check on her. I just didn't want to drive back or Uber back because the Ubers were getting really too expensive from there. Other than that, cool experience. I would go again. I would say I would probably pay up for another pass so I can actually play inside. But other than that, it was cool meeting people. I know this video is pretty long, 16 minutes, but I just wanted to say my experience. Other than that, show some of the cards that I picked up. I believe this is most of the cards. I know I picked up a Mind Break Trap. It's somewhere in one of these decks. I put a lot of these cards in my decks already, so I can't remember exactly everything I bought. I did spend X amount of money. The cool thing is Brain Dead was there also. I was looking for some Brain Dead Magic Gathering clothing. Was usually sold out online. Shout out to them for being there. Ended up picking up a couple shirts and a hat. Other than that, please subscribe, like, comment. Let me know your experience about the Magic 30. If you liked it, you did it. If you're going to go back, whatnot. But other than that, see you next time.